Hello everyone and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. I'm Karen. My website is karentinny.co.uk. My email is karen@karentinny.co.uk. So I'm here today and I'm going to read some cards for you. I'm going to use some tarot and some oracle cards and get an intuitive read for the energy for the week that we're in and also the week coming up to Christmas. As you can see, I'm all wrapped up. We in London have had some great snowfall. It is thick, it is white, it is fluffy and crunchy. It is that beautiful dry snow. And so it is chilly and the light is very mellow today. It's kind of clouded over and then the sun is coming through almost like a glow, like a pearlescent glow. So it's this beautiful light and quietness. You know the quietness you get with snowfall as well? So that's all around at the moment. So we're in this cooler period, but it is winter. And the best thing to do is heat the human rather than the room. So sometimes it can be difficult to heat a full room for many of us, for many of you. So layering up with scarves and jumpers and hot water bottles. I've got one on my lap here to keep me warm and just something to cover your ears if your ears are sensitive or your head. And that just means that you're able to stay warm, stay cozy, and stay well. So that's what we want. So I'm going to read for you some cards intuitively. Sorry. A nice warm drink as well will help. So I'm just having some tea, some herbal tea, and it's called Peace. The Puka range or Puka range, not sure how you say it, but Peace tea, and it's got some hemp in there which might send me to sleep. It's usually a lovely nighttime tea. It's got peppermint and spearmint and hemp in it, so it's quite a nice chill out tea. So nice for Christmas actually. You know, when you're around and people can get anxious and can be a lot of stresses, get some Peace tea, and it's quite sweet, but it's lovely. It's lovely, and it's a way to stay warm, just having a nice hot drink as well. So I'm going to start with Trusty Tarot. As I say, I read these intuitively. We're going to ask for some cards for the week. I have some oracle cards around me as well, which we can dive into just for clarification or for a little bit of information. As I said, this is, you know, for fun. This is just a bit of guidance, but sometimes it resonates with some of you. And if it does, that's great. Let us know in the comments. Thank you to all of you who are liking the videos. That really helps if you give me a thumbs up. And if you leave a comment, I've seen some of the comments on my videos, and it's just so nice when someone comments. It's just like, oh, someone's been listening and it meant something, or you know, it helped, or they want to tag somebody. So thank you to all of you, and to those who aren't making comments or liking, but you're listening. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate that. And you know, it's just trying to grow the channel, trying to be here for you in this way, in the way that I can. And I enjoy doing these readings as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy them. But I'm just going to shuffle now. Nothing's really jumping out. I'm a bit frightened to go crazy because I'll have to go and fetch them because they tend to always jump across the room. But let's just see. Tarot, do you have 3 cards for us, please? Okay, there's one. Thank you. Tarot, do you have 3 cards? Okay. That's 3. I'm just going to go with those. Okay. So underneath you've got the Page of Pentacles, which can be a new study. So the underlying message might be something to do with a new course, some sort of new study, new work that you're getting involved in. So the 3 that dropped out, I'm not going to look at them yet. Put them in order. But let's go through what did come out. As I say, I'll read the cards intuitively, and then we might clarify with some oracle cards and see what that says. Okay. So the first card is the Hanged Man. but it's upside down. So in a way, he is standing on one leg. He is balancing. He is able to levitate. In a sense, there is a rope around his foot, pulling him down, grounding him. So it might be the necessity to ground more, to connect with the earth. So anytime before I do a reading, I will ground to the earth, deep into the earth. Imagine you have roots coming down and spreading wide below you and hooking down into the earth. And that's a way of grounding. He's in red here, which is your base chakra, which is the colour actually we have back here. And that is your grounding chakra. So it's your earthing. So there's a great emphasis here on what I'm getting, which is to do with your earth and your connection to the earth. So usually in the upright, this means a period of waiting, a period of patience, and a need to switch up things, to change how you look at things, to turn things on their head, to change the perspective. And so it would seem that this way you have changed how you view things. Perhaps you've changed your mind and you're looking ahead. So you're looking forward. So you're looking with positivity, because as you move, you tend to look where you're moving to. And so he is moving forward. He is looking ahead to where he's about to move to. And in a sense, in this angle, it's almost like he's dancing. It's almost like he's doing a step. Those who do Irish dancing might see that as a back 2-3. Or if you're, for example, doing Tai Chi, he is stepping back. But you don't step back because you're retreating. You step back to stabilize yourself, to secure your position, to secure your footing. So this is something about securing your footing, earthing yourself, connecting to the ground that you walk on. A bit like me with the snow today. I did a tiny little video of me just walking in the snow because it was crunchy and soft. And it's just taking that moment to connect with each step, even briefly, in your day. When you get out of the car, connect with your feet as you turn to close the door. As you're getting into the car, connect with your feet as you reach for the door handle. Brief moments of connection, brief moments of drawing that to your awareness reinforces that connection to earth. And the more you can reinforce that connection to earth, the more you can build the foundations in your life. And you can build the material world. The red, the base, the earth is material. So you're manifesting material elements. But one of the best things to do that is to connect with earth energy. He seems very pleased with himself. He's got a halo as well, which is interesting. He's got little halo around his head, which, might remind us of Archangel Gabriel. The angel coming to deliver the message at Christmas. And the joy of delivering that particular message. And it was bringing the higher message, which is the halo, onto the 3D world, onto the planet. My goodness, is this going to be a Christmas message? Let's see how it unfolds. So, 4 of Pentacles. So 4 of Pentacles points to money. The coins, the pentacles are money. And you can see he has money. He has plenty. He has earned a fair amount. But he's quite reticent at spending. He's quite reticent at giving away. Feels he might have to hang on to it a little. So someone might be requesting money or asking for a handout in some way, and you may feel unable to deliver that. You may feel like you want to hang on to your money, that you need your money. Again, we've got the 3 coins in the red box. So the red, the earth, the material. He's sitting on his material wealth. He's sitting on his prosperity. He's created it from the ground, this prosperity that he is sitting on, that he is resting on, that he is using to bolster him, to support him. And yet he's a little fearful because he's hanging on to this coin, hanging on with both hands. So there might be a need to free up a little bit of your money. Don't hang on to it too hard, because essentially it's not the money you want, it's the experiences in your life. So even when you're saving for something, you're saving to get the money, but it's in order to exchange the money for an experience of some kind. It could be an experience of wearing a red dress. It could be an experience of getting a flight somewhere. It could be the experience of having Christmas dinner out in a nice restaurant. Whatever it is, yes, you have to build the money in order to be able to do it. But there's no point in sitting, for example, around your Christmas table with gold coins on your plate. Bear with. Sorry for that intense close-up. So the gold, you can be hanging on to this golden coin, and then when you're hungry, you can't eat it. So there's a need to understand that you might have to part with some of it in order to enjoy the experience. Because as much as he has the money there, he doesn't look like he's enjoying the experience. He looks fearful. He looks like he's holding on for dear life. He looks like, what happens if he lets go of this? So what state is that? So he's in a fearful state. He's in a holding state. He's in a restricted state. He's not open. His arms are folded around him. That's not open energy. Open energy and trusting the universe is saying, I open my energy. I trust the universe to deliver more gold coins. So there might be some sort of money transactions. And of course, at Christmas time, we spend a lot more than we usually would. So it can point to overspending. Perhaps you've spent the 3 coins and you only have 1 left. So you've overspent a little. And so it might be wise to just monitor your financial situation, because the new year will come and you'll have to deal with it either way. So if you have been saving, great, but feel okay to be open to allowing that money to facilitate some sort of experience or enjoyment or getaway or party or celebration. But also, it's the holding on tight. It's that miserly Scrooge. Oh my God, this is Christmas message. Scrooge, who wouldn't give his money away, who collected money and held it and had taken it. But if he's sitting there on his own, he's got the whole town way over here, and the town's partying at Christmas. The town is enjoying itself. The town is in celebration. People are meeting, people are having a drink, people are talking, people are mixing, and he's frightened. He's here, he's holding on to his money. So it might be a Scrooge element there. Sorry. I might have to get some ordinary water because it's quite sweet. It's making me feel the need for ordinary water. Okay. So the next card we have is Death. Now, death is never death. Death is actually what it means, it's rebirth. It was upside down. So that would mean that perhaps there is a rebirthing process. But as with all births and labours, they can take a while. So some women will birth a child in 2 hours. Some women will birth a child in 24 hours. So it varies. So there might be something that is brewing, that is growing within you, that you are wanting to experience, and there's a delay, there's a slowness. So let's look at this death card. He's got the timer, so that will point to being a divine timing. And there's a sun off in the where is it? Here in the background. So it's like a new dawn is coming. New light has been shed. New messages are coming in. The raven brings in healing and messages. You've got the bishop, the priest. That's made me think of, apparently, Nostradamus gave a prediction about the Pope, that the Pope in 2023, whoever that would be, would step down in 2023. So that's just coming in now. A death to that. Doesn't mean that he's dying. It means sort of an ending of that establishment, an ending of that institution in some way. And because it's upside down, it's change, it's new. I wanted to say regime, but a new era in religion is going to be born. And isn't that interesting? Because that is the Christmas message. It is when you get this new birth, being reborn, death and rebirth, this new birth of the Christ energy, which now we attribute to Christ consciousness, which is what is flooding the planet and has been since 2012 or before even. I mean, for many years, but specifically 2012 was a big year of change. And when you think about it, Christmas time represents that. And here we are again, being reborn, this new focus on the religious aspects, let's say, of certain religions, the changing of certain religions, and it's divinely timed. It is time to, you've got a story and you've got the bones of a story, and you need to flesh out the story. Well, it's almost like you're going to be left with the bones of the old are going to fall away. And you've got this stallion, this incredibly powerful horse. And the horses they tend to be, transporters for shamans. So often when you go off on a journey in some shamanic way or spiritual journeying, often a horse will come in, be it a unicorn or a regular horse or something like Pegasus, and it will collect you and it will take you on this journey. The horse gets you through different dimensions, takes you to different realms and back again. So it's interesting that he's coming in on this horse. So there's a new realm, new birth. Big change is on the horizon, And it's almost the death of the old. And then the new way will be in the children. The new way will be in the youth, will carry and change how we worship, how we look at things, cutting away the old. And it is going to fall. It's going to crash. It's going to break down. But that is important to move forward into where this jolly fellow is seeing, to bring the new information onto the earth. There has to be this death and rebirth to move into that new direction. And then we have the Lovers. So the Lovers in traditional tarot tends to be quite a balanced relationship. It's not really about codependency. It's much more about individuals who are independent, who are fully functioning and interesting and together beings who choose to come together, who work better, coming together as a team, but they're not dependent on each other. They're not joined at the hip. They're not reliant on each other. So there's a certain freedom in that, a certain mature way to look at it. And here in this card, it looks like he has a choice, but it also looks like she is also choosing. So we have this lady in red. So the red again is pointed to a powerful position because she is the woman with the choice. And you've got this sort of the types of women. So you've got the dark-haired, strong woman. You've got the beautiful, blonde, angelic type lady. And you've got this gentleman choosing as well. Does he like blondes? Does he like brunettes? But Cupid is here, and Cupid is firing its arrow. Sorry if you can hear that noise, but I do have neighbours. And so there is, I'm just trying to look at this, there is a dressing up as well. These ladies are presenting themselves in beautiful dress wear. They have belts of flowers. They have necklaces and shawls. And they are looking their best. And so this would make me think of Christmas time, of dressing up, of being social, of finding new love, of being able to be in places where you can mix with different people, depending on what it is that you want in your life. And how important it is to communicate what you want and to communicate with people. The blue is the throat. The blue is all about communication. And the yellow, the yellow could be the gold. So is this the man with the gold coming in? But also yellow is your solar plexus, so just below your rib cage, so just right in the center, sort of your gut feeling right in the center. So there's a level of having your confidence, your self-esteem intact, and communicating that to those around you. And looking at people through the eyes of love. So Christmas time tends to be a period where everyone has this positive vibration all of a sudden. It amazes me how between this date and this date, everybody is, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. All the best. Merry Christmas. And then after January 15 or whatever, it's, it just, why turn it off? Like, keep it going. Keep the good vibes going. So it is about, how to be with other people and not codependent, how to be supportive and choosing to be together. So this is a choice. This is not because you have to. This is not because it's some sort of compulsive, toxic thing. This is because it's a choice. It's a choice you are able to stand up and make. I'm sorry, I'm getting hot now. Oh my goodness, it usually means there's messages coming in. That's my hot water bottle. So take time to consider. Take time to consider who's in your life. Take time to consider the people that you're picking between. And in the same instance, he's considering two ladies. They are also considering. So know that as you decide, or as you wonder about who you wish to be with, that they are doing the same. Sorry about that. And think about what you want in your life. Think about who you want in your life. Think about who deserves to be in your life. How do you want it to look? And what are you going for? Are you going for looks? Are you going for what they can bring you? Are you going because they're interesting? It's almost like there's the possibility of a wedding back here, and there's a decision you're coming to. You could possibly going to ask somebody that question. But Cupid is here sending in arrows of love. So I would be open to something happening at Christmas time. I would be open to meeting new people. Be open to embellish yourself and dress yourself. And these girls are quite, respectful, and they're not, they look quite fashionable for their time. But everything you do is a representation of you. I'm just looking at myself going, this representation. But it is, what you wear, how you present yourself is a representation of you. So consider that, because he's looking at them. So as a woman, understand that when you do go out, you will be looked at, and somebody will be considering whether to come forward and speak to you. But in the same instance, as a guy, understand that we, the women, are also looking and seeing what you're like and considering that option as well. So there is a coming together, there is a couple here, there is romance. And it's a healthy relationship. It's not toxic, it's healthy. So something positive may happen this Christmas. But then we had a new study, which can be new opportunity, new business, and there's new growth. There's growth. So there's possible. So it's the seedlings, so it's the beginnings of something. And then it's going to grow. And it's planting these seeds. And you can see here there's a rabbit here, a little hair running across. So it's a possibility that with everything that you've planted and sowed seeds for, that it's going to bear fruit or come to fruition in springtime. So keep that in mind. He's got a nice little bit of blush here, which I'm just... And that's, the warmth within inside him, the fire that's got him going, the desire to step forward and create this is new beginnings as well. I'm just going to get one more tarot, and then I'll go into the guides, and then I've got Archangel Michael, and if we have some time, we're 28 now, thank you, if we have some time we will maybe do a colour card. Let me just grab that 1 second. Okay, back very quickly, and it is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is creativity, so creative endeavour, this new idea, this new adventure, this wand, so fire sign. So it could be a young fire sign coming into your life. The page tends to be quite young, so it could be someone younger than you. And he's connected, you can see a lot of red there again. So he's very connected to the earth again, connected to maybe the inner earth, the fire and the lava and the volcanic energy. Think about what that is and how it's, the force of it coming forward. So the fire signs can be forceful in coming forward. They can be direct. They're moving. It's very yang. It's very outwardly. So someone is going to make an impression. And they're holding on tight to this wand. So this could be the new creative endeavour. And yet they've got this feather in their cap, which is going up to the heavens. So it's sort of channeling into them information that they need to step forward to light this. And it can be springtime. So the wands can be springtime as well. So again, this creative endeavour, it's springtime. And he's looking at it and he's contemplating, and he's not letting go. He's firmly holding on to it, and he's saying, yeah, I want to step forward with this. And all over his robes are the sun. So Ra, the god Ra, is the sun. So it's that sun energy, that vibrant energy, that light. So stepping forward with light, stepping forward with that power, that radioactive, but I want to say potent energy. So things can be birthed. You need that. The sun is here as well. So it's here. You need the sun to birth the new, to get rid of the old, death to the old, birth the new. So it could be relationship. It could be, time to seek out. You've changed your perspective. You've changed your outlook. You're looking at things differently. You're no longer waiting. You're moving forward. It may be a bit difficult. You might be in a difficult financial situation. You might be afraid to go out and socialize because you don't have enough money. But it's time to change that. It's death to the old way in order to be reborn into this newness, into this relationship. Consider this love that is being pointed at you. This new opportunity, which you sow the seeds for now, and they come to fruition a little later, in springtime. Perhaps sorry, my screen just froze there. I think it's because downstairs are using the washing machine. I think it's stopping now. So consider springtime. Consider connection to the higher realms, the information that comes through, the guidance, the creative guidance. Dress up, present yourself, be confident. Hold your ideas firm as you step forward. So that was fun. 32 minutes. My goodness, it always goes so quick when I do these. So again, do leave comments, do subscribe to the channel if you catch me. Do get interesting. I'll just quickly show you that so I can't change it. You know what it is. Do subscribe, do hit the notification bell. I think it might be on this side somewhere. And then that'll tell you when the next one's up. I think I might do a channel today as well. So that's always in Sacred Symposium, which is on my channel as well. So it's good to get just some card readings just for general stuff. And then if you want sort of a deeper message, go to the Sacred Symposium for channeled guidance. Okay, can we have maybe another 2 cards? So yeah, thank you for all your comments. Please do share if you like the video as well. Share with your friends. You don't have to share on like Facebook publicly or anything. If you want to share, if something sounds like it's one of your friends, share with them. Are we going to have one more card, please? Oh, I think we might just have to do a... Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take that one in a second. Oh, sorry, I don't like being off camera so much. Okay. So the first card was creativity, and that was interesting because that's what we had here. Your creative idea, creativity. And he's got the wand and there's the paintbrush. So there's this could even be a personal reading for me. There is a lot of creativity coming in the new year. There is transformation in this butterfly. There is music and dance. And there's a lot of transformation, so a few different butterflies. And we've got lots of rainbow colours here. So again, that points to the light. The light through a prism breaks into all the different colours of the rainbow. But essentially all the colours of the rainbow make up the pure white light. And the pure white light is what's coming in and what's upgrading and changing us, the planet, everything. And so there is a painting of your new world. There is a need to design your new world, a need to think about how you want it to look. You've got choices to make. What do you want these choices to look like? how do you want it to be? If this is a new study, is it going to be a creative endeavor? And it's 37, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is 1 and 0, so new beginnings. So this is in the new year. Creativity is going to take off. It really is over the next decade. It is such a fundamental part of our being. And you don't have to be able to paint anything in particular. You can paint colours, you can just play with colour. But being active that way, being creative is so important. It switches you into alpha brain waves, and they're the waves that allow your brain to be in a different frequency to receive different information. And that's why one of the best and easiest ways to meditate is to just sit down and doodle and draw and paint. You're actually shifting yourself immediately. And it's also a great way to receive information. So if you have a question, or if you want, like I do readings where I can sit with someone and I will simply start drawing. And as I'm drawing, I'm getting lots of information. And then you end up with the information plus the image through which the information was being passed. So it's a beautiful thing to do as well. So this is going to be huge as we move forward. Creativity, we're very left-brained, not just in our education, but in our work and in our world. We have been far too left-brained for far too long, and we have neglected the right brain. And yes, we use both, of course we do, but there is such a gift once you use your creativity, once you tap into that. It's a very different experience of the world, because you're getting so much more through into your being, and therefore you're not the same and your world isn't the same. And the more we involve people in creative pursuits, it will uplift them, it will heal them, it will clear anxiety, it will clear disease. I want to say it will be the cure. Creativity is so important. I adore being creative, and it's fundamental to my being, because if I don't, I don't think I couldn't not, even if I have to just sit with a pen and scribble. It's just putting you into that state, and it clears. It's like a clearing. It's like you're having a clearing. So yes, you can paint a bowl of fruit. Yes, you can paint a bunch of flowers, and that in itself is great, because you're learning skill, technique, patience, decision making. You're building self-esteem, you're building courage, confidence, all these things. But there's also a shift occurring. The more you engage with creativity, there's a shift, and a dynamic shift, where you're allowed to fly, allowed to dance, allowed to experience a different part of yourself that maybe you didn't know existed, because unless you open it, you don't know it's there. And so if you haven't known it, if you haven't been aware that it's there, like you're missing out. And so the year coming, the new beginnings are going to involve creativity and creative projects. And that's a big sign for me. And these are similar colours, just the other way around. So we have intuition. So there's a lot of purple and yellow, and there's quite a lot of purple and yellow in that one. So your intuition is 4 and 6, so it's 6. So that's your inner child as well. You can see your inner child in here playing, that inner knowing. When you knew, but society shut you off from expressing that, or had rules as to how we pretend. There's so much in our world which is covered in what we say and what we don't say, what's allowed and what's not allowed. But the intuitive you, the part of you that's tuned into your nature, your actual nature is wild and creative. We've all come so boxy and perfect and square and slotting into the almost the AI factory line. You know, we fit into the cog, and that's where we sit and we stay. That's not nature, that's not natural, that's not your intuition. And so this being is looking at this globe, you know, like you would read, what is it called? What is that called? You know, you've got the old mystic Meg reading in the the crystal, but there's a word, I can't remember the word. Can we have the word, please? Or is it look into my ball, isn't it? Is it crystal ball? Crystal ball. Okay. So there's something about seeing that inner part of you. It's time to see it, time to bring it out and see it. See the dancer here, and that's dancing, that's creative. And it's coming from the sun as well. The sun energy is beaming down and changing this being. This being is purple, so it's that spiritual higher self. So it's allowing the higher self down in and through you to be expressed in this way. You know, to be expressed as your idea as you move forward. You know, the page, the young person, the young one, the inner child. Allow the child version of you out. How many of you have done inner child work? This is one of the best ways to do inner child work. Grab some chalk, grab some crayons, grab some paints, get painting, and suddenly you will open part of you that has been lost. I suggest you all get creative, and I suggest you all plan something creative for the new year. And this can also be about trusting yourselves. So in the choices that you're making, choosing between people, use your intuition. You know, in stepping forward, in seeing what's ahead of you, be grounded by all means, but use the intuition that's coming down through the halo. You know, if you've got decisions to make, use your intuition. But I think this is much more to do with that childlike sense of wonder, which is Christmas. Christmas is all about the children. It's all about the kids. It's all about the celebration, the surprise, the presents, the gift giving, the joy. What is the essence of a child? It is joy. So let the joy out this Christmas. Let that childlike, you know, we go back to playing board games. We sit around, yes, we might have a glass of wine now when we play a board game as adults, but play the board game. Have some fun. When did you last have fun? Get creative with your ideas. Get creative with your, you know, table games, you know, after dinner, or just dance around, play some music, play some Christmas songs. You know, so is that youthful energy, that that essence, that life force that children have, that children share. You know, it's about trusting that as well. Trust that it's okay. It's your intuition is telling you, your higher self is telling you. So trust that it's okay to let your hair down. It's okay to party. It's party season. You can relax, even if you're a spiritual being. Oops. Let's see what Archangel Michael said about that then. Even if you're a spiritual being, a being who is a healer, a being who, you know, is someone who prays or worships, a being who follows quite a strict religion, now and again, it is important to undo a little, unwind a little, free up that spring. You know, if you're too taut, you're literally going to break. So you must undo, you must unwind, you must relax your shoulders. You must allow the energy to soften in your body. You must allow yourself some freedom to have fun. What is this life if you have lived it constantly under some rule? You want to live in love, in joy, in childlike wonder. You want to see the world, and it's snowy, and I was seeing pictures of people sliding down one of the local places here, Ali Pali, and there's this great hill, and they were sliding down in these sleighs, and they were grown-ups, and the giggles and the smiles on their faces playing in the snow, and it's like, oh, it's that inner child, get out and play in the snow. Very good, okay. So it says, your children are watched over by angels. So, dear guardian angels of my children, born and unborn, thank you for watching over my children and ensuring their happiness and safety. Please guide me so I know the best ways to be a good parent and a role model for my own and other people's children. And again, we have the child here. We have Michael draped in the red, which is the earth, and the purple, which is spirit. And he's there with his sword cutting through for change, cutting through with the scythe. And he is protective of this child. He is surrounding her and protecting her with this sword. And she is there, and she is allowed to be innocent, playing with her teddy bear. She's dressed in light pink, which is loving light energy. So it is not only about allowing your children to play, allowing your inner child out to play, but it's also about perhaps bringing the two together. Parents, play with your children at Christmas. Get down and do some drawing. Go dancing with them. Go singing on a walk. Take them for a walk. Find ways to engage, which is play. I did a recent workshop, and it was all about trauma and using art and creativity and spirituality to heal trauma. And it is a fundamental part of it. And, the question was, how did you play when you were young? How did you play? Who did you play with? How was your play? And that a very sad statistic was that there was a gentleman, and he interviewed murderers in prison. And the one thing these serial killers or murderers had in common was that they had no play when they were young. Their play was restricted. And it wasn't abuse that they suffered. It wasn't, a domestic situation. It wasn't homelessness. It wasn't, crime or drugs of other sorts. The thing that they had all in common was that they had no play. So if I can teach you anything from this video, it is this Christmas, no matter if you're an adult, a teen, if you have younger siblings or nieces, nephews or cousins, when you get together in some regard, when you meet up in a social situation, so you could be meeting in groups as adults with children, play. Bring out that inner child, because you know what? Everything can wait. The stress can wait. It can all wait a day. So for Christmas Day, just enjoy. Give yourself a day of freedom. Give yourself a day off. Yes, you might be cooking dinner, but sing in the kitchen. Dance around the kitchen. Have an early drink. Just the rules are off for Christmas. We often hear that. It's different at Christmas. There are no real set rules. So let's just get a colour card to finish. I'm on 49. I don't want to go into the 60 because sometimes it doesn't save. I'm going to split that one more time, I think, and then just go for this one. And we'll see what it says. Okay, coral. So color card. This is coral, and it says allow flow and synchronicity into your life, and it's 1 and 8, which is 9, and 9 is endings, completion. So something has come to completion, and it's time to allow new things into your life. And how do you allow things to flow? You relax. What's the best way to relax? Have fun. Let's just see what it says. 18. These are new. So these are the Secret Language of Color cards by Segal. And coral restores physical vitality with its grounding properties. We were talking about that. Releasing stress, worry, and anxiety. We talked about that. See things from different points of view. We talked about that. With coral. Heal a broken heart. Time to heal the broken heart and move on. And see things from different points of view with coral, and heal a broken heart and unrequited love. So if you've been trying to catch the attention of somebody and they have had their eyes somewhere else, you need to heal that and move on. Find somebody who wants you. Don't get caught in a triangle. It's pointless. Find someone who wants you. Move on. Visualize crossing a coral bridge to bring more synchronicity and ease into your life. So surround your ideas, surround your energy. Imagine your energy body, your aura, and fill that aura with coral color. I mean, this is orangey. So yeah, I mean, it could be coral, kind of. Oh my God, I've just said this. Imagine coral rays shining out of your heart, allowing more flow and synchronicity into your life. See or sense yourself stepping onto the coral road that leads you onto the right path. So it's about getting into the right zone, right way. In this vibration, things happen easily and in synchronistic ways. Say, my life is easy and full of synchronicity. I follow the most divine path for me. Anytime you have to make a decision and need some extra help, visualize stepping on a coral path. So that is the reading. I'm going to finish it now because I don't want it to run over and then not record and not save. So I hope that's given you something, some inspiration coming up to Christmas. It's time to have fun. Surround everything in coral. If you feel it's a bit and it's not going your way, open up the coral energy. Wear something coral. Think coral. Just think coral. Think what that is. And that shifts the vibration, allows things to flow in. And so that will resolve all kinds of issues, all kinds of decision making, and allow you to see where you're going, allow you to step forward, trusting in yourself, trusting your intuition, stepping forward in your creativity with this new adventure, this new project, ending all the old suffering, stepping into the new study, new growth, new beginnings, springtime. You might have to spend a little to get there, but that's okay because you still have 3 coins left. You can give up that 1 coin and know that you're protected. Your inner child is protected. You are a child of God. You are protected, and your children and the children who are in spirit and the children who are here are protected. Many blessings. Have a wonderful week. I may get to see you before Christmas, but if not, have a wonderful time. A wonderful new year, and I'll see you again soon. Blessings. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.